Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Jared at 3C's Recreation. Just got our first 2023 250 RR two-stroke in. It's a big seller because of the category. So most guys that want to race, they need to stay with that 250cc to stay in certain racing classes. So we do stock it, and a lot of customers purchase it. Very similar to the 300, just a little bit different on the top end. You notice a little bit less top end, and the 250 likes to be clutched and revved a little bit more. I did do a video on this bike when we were in California. It was more of a ride video, so check that out. Scroll down on our channel. I kind of commentate as I'm riding to give you guys feedback as we're doing some laps out there. So with the betas, you get the Nissan brakes front and rear. You get a really good tire stock. I enjoy it. I know it's not quite as knobby as most, but I have raced GNCCs on stock tires before and done pretty well. Handlebar controls are pretty simple layout. Obviously our clutch, high beam, low beam, horn, and then the turn signal stuff is already wired on the bike. No, they don't come with the turn signals, but your block is already there. We have our display, and let's see, so we have odometer, if I hit it again, a trip meter 2, hour meter, and what does that one say? Oh, hour A, hour B, so you can kind of have hour meter trips as well, and then back to odometer. So that's what your display is going to tell you, the time and then the miles per hour. So pretty cool little informative display tucked in behind the number plate here. We do have steering stem keys. This is how they come. I leave them zip tied on the bike. Then we have our kill switch and our start button. So really simple controls. And the last thing you guys could do at home is our different ignition maps. So we have dry map and wet map. So it depends on the day, or actually on the section of trail. You can change that as you're riding. It's pretty convenient. And with all the two strokes, they are carbureted. So we have our fuel petcock here. We have reserve off and on. And then down here we have our choke. So on a cold day like today, we would use the choke. This bike is oil injected. So you can see the oil injection line here running into the carb. And to access the oil tank, we take the seat off. So with the push of a button, we can pull the seat back. And that gives us access to both the oil tank and the battery. So it's super simple to service your battery, super simple to fill the oil compartment. And then to get to the air filter, we just pull these two different spots. And it's really chilly out here in Western New York right now. It's 20-some degrees outside. So right here's our air filter, easy to get out. If we just rock this bottom pin, pull the air filter right out, put it right back in. So service on your betas, it is super easy, fun to do. And also a service on these guys is our oil is super easy to change. You do not have to take the skid plate off because our drain bolt for the gear oil is right here. It's a 13mm right on the side of the case, and our fill plug is here. So we get the bike straight up and down. We can drain the oil out, not make a mess out of it, and refill it. So when you guys are doing service on your bike, super easy to do. The RR model does come with the headlight and the taillight, which is back here, and we can start this bike for you guys. So it's super simple. We'll just see if she'll idle with it being so chilly out. Pretty chilly, so you might not like the jetting that's in it currently, but there's our taillight along with the brake light. High beam, low beam. Here's our dual ignition map. We got the wet map, dry map, and it's easy to see what's going on there. All of the bikes that I sell that are oil injected are going to smoke heavier on the first tank of fuel because I pre-mix the gas at 50:1. I do that because I want to make sure your oil injection is working. So if you guys are buying a 252 stroke somewhere in the country, I would highly recommend pre-mixing that first tank of gas. Yes, you're going to have more smoke coming out of the exhaust, but it's to protect your motor. We want to make sure that oil injection is doing its job. We have not had that fail, but it's good to do. These bikes also have the open cartridge forks, which if you watch my videos, you'll know that I love the softness of that, especially if you're just trail riding, if you're just riding with buddies, if you're following your kids. I love the idea of a softer suspension, and the idea of a two-stroke following friends and kids in the woods is so simple. Two-strokes don't ever overheat. You can put the kickstand down, hop off it real quick, easy to restart. Like you can see how quick these two-strokes start. It's crazy good. Like, if you guys are into racing, the beta electric starts are amazing to have. Gets you whole shots all the time. So this was just a really quick walk around of the new 250 two-stroke. This is the 2023 model. Not a lot different from the 2022s, except the shroud design. This is all new for this year, a little bit slimmer, smaller. Other than that, very similar to 2022. I am Jared from 3C's Recreation. We do a ton of beta parts and accessories. If you're looking for stuff, please consider giving us a call. I'd love to be your dealer. Enjoy the ride.